There are 10 Canadian towns right now where you can buy a real house on a real street for less than most people spend on a used car. After this video, you will know exactly why almost nobody is taking the deal. Number 10. Kamsack, Saskatchewan. Across the Canadian prairies, hundreds of small railway towns grew up in the early 1900s as regional service hubs for the surrounding farmland. Then the farms consolidated, the processing plants closed, and the young people followed the jobs to the cities. The main streets hollowed out one business at a time. One listing in a town like this shows a small wood frame bungalow on a corner lot with a carport and a treed yard. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, under 900 square feet. $85,000. Nearly 200 days on the market. The reality check. Vacancy and population drift have defined these prairie towns for 2 decades. The resale pool is exactly as thin as the population numbers suggest. Who this is for? A cash investor looking for a low-cost rental in a slow but stable market. Who this is not for? Anyone counting on community growth or strong resale value. Number 9. Mannville, Alberta. Across east-central Alberta, small towns built on mixed farming and light oil production never caught the boom the way larger regional centers did. When commodity prices dropped, the economic floor dropped with them, and the housing stock has not been updated since. Listings in towns like this show 2-bedroom bungalows with peeling exterior paint and aging roofs. Inside, worn flooring, kitchens untouched for decades, and renovation projects left half-finished by previous owners. Properties are sold as is, where is. Prices are between $40,000 and $70,000. The reality check. Renovating in rural Alberta means tradespeople who charge city rates. The drive from Edmonton to towns like this runs 2 hours each way. Who this is for? A hands-on buyer who can carry the renovation themselves. Who this is not for? Anyone relying on outside contractors to do the work. Number 8. Gainsborough, Saskatchewan. In the far southeast corner of Saskatchewan, near the Manitoba and North Dakota borders, small farming communities sit on flat, low-lying land with a flood history that follows every real estate listing. Properties here show small wood frame houses on open, flat lots. The streets around them are empty. A 2-bedroom bungalow in a village like this lists at $37,000 and has been sitting for months. The floodplain records are the reason no one is calling. Here is the reality check. Floodplain designation makes conventional financing nearly impossible. It is for cash buyers only, and insurance costs eat into the apparent savings faster than most buyers expect. Who this is for? A cash buyer who has fully researched the flood risk. Who this is not for? Anyone relying on a mortgage or expecting normal insurance costs. Number 7. Kenaston, Saskatchewan. Along the main highway connecting Saskatoon and Regina, small villages sit close enough to both cities to seem convenient, and far enough from both to offer nothing on their own. The farms got bigger, the families got fewer, and the towns got quieter every decade. Listings here show wood frame bungalows built in the 1950s on generous lots with single attached garages, faded exterior paint, dated interiors, unfinished basements, under $35,000. The reality check. Highway access does not fix a thin job market. These villages offer almost nothing once you arrive. No grocery store, limited services, a school, and a post office. Who this is for? A remote worker who wants space and very low overhead. Who this is not for? Families with children or anyone who needs to work or shop locally. Number 6. Alida, Saskatchewan. Across rural Saskatchewan, dozens of villages founded as railway stations in the late 1800s have been losing people ever since the rail lines closed. Today, many sit at populations under 150, with ghost towns visible in the surrounding countryside. Listings in villages like this show small vinyl-sided bungalows on open lots. Newer siding and windows on the outside, Clean and modest interiors with updated electrical and serviced furnaces. Prices under $30,000. The streets are empty, and the grain elevators down the road stopped running decades ago. The reality check. The nearest grocery store is often 40 minutes away. There are no schools, and the tax base cannot sustain basic infrastructure much longer. Who this is for? Someone who wants total isolation at one of the lowest entry prices in Canada. Who this is not for? Anyone who needs services or neighbors within reasonable distance. We have not even hit the bottom yet. The next entries make everything we just looked at seem almost reasonable. This is where the list gets dark. Number 5. Rural Ghost Hamlets, Saskatchewan. These are not towns. They are what towns leave behind. A handful of occupied houses, a padlocked community hall, and rows of 1930s bungalows with collapsing outbuildings, slowly returning to the prairie grass. Listings show aging wood frame structures on open lots, with nothing behind them but flat land stretching to the horizon. Original floors and walls untouched for decades, yards that end where the grass meets open field. No neighbors visible in any direction. Prices under $25,000 and some fall below $15,000. Reality check. No services, no neighbors, no economic activity of any kind. The market has already priced in the future of these places. Who this is for? Someone who wants raw land with a structure already on it. Who this is not for? Anyone expecting any version of functioning community life. Number 4. Fallher, Alberta. In the Peace River region of northern Alberta, small farming communities built around beekeeping and mixed agriculture have held together better than most towns on this list. A functioning main street, a school, and actual services. Simply small, slow, and far from any major center. Listings here show 3-bedroom bungalows on full lots with detached garages and mature trees, dated but operational kitchens, generous living rooms, natural gas heating. They list for under $80,000, and in most other Alberta towns, a property like this lists above $200,000. Reality check. Job options are narrow and the isolation is genuine. This is not a commuter town. You are buying into a stable market with a ceiling. Who this is for? A retiree or remote worker who wants a fully functional small town at a fraction of Alberta prices. Who this is not for? Anyone who needs a city nearby for work or regular services. Number 3. Atlantic Canada Forgotten Villages. Scattered across New Brunswick and the Maritime provinces are small communities built on fishing, forestry, and processing work. When those industries contracted over the last 40 years, the population followed the workout, one family at a time. Listings here show 2-bedroom bungalows on generous lots with covered porches and mature trees along the property line. Weathered exterior paint, but solid structures. Original wood trim inside, older appliances still connected, and wide plank floors. Municipal water and sewer are connected, and there is paved road access. Prices are under $60,000. Some listings have been sitting long enough that the photos have started to fade in the thumbnail. The reality check. Healthcare within 30 minutes is not guaranteed. A grocery store within 45 minutes is not guaranteed. A local job market is not guaranteed. Maritime winters are. Who this is for? Someone who wants coastline and quiet, and who has fully priced in the isolation. Who this is not for? Anyone who has not had that honest conversation before making an offer. Number 2. La Flèche, Saskatchewan. Across southwest Saskatchewan, small towns founded by French Catholic settlers in the early 1900s built communities around faith, farming, and prairie resilience. Heritage churches with brick and stained glass still stand on the main streets. Paved roads, small schools, hockey rinks, and lakes are nearby. One listing in a town like this shows a small bungalow built in 1913 on a corner lot. Original prairie construction, weathered wood siding, no interior photos. The reason is in the listing. No furnace, no electrical panel, no active water connection. $18,000. The seller dropped the price after nearly a year on the market with no offers. The reality check. A furnace, electrical panel, and basic wiring puts total investment around $33,000 to $43,000. The nearest hospital is 45 kilometers away. Who this is for? Someone who wants land in a real town at a total cost that does not exist anywhere else in Canada. Who this is not for? Anyone expecting a house or electricity on day one. Number 1. Coronach, Saskatchewan. Across the southern prairies, towns built entirely around coal and power generation boomed through the 70s and 80s and are now quietly running out of time. At their peak, these communities had over 800 residents, full services, and steady, well-paying jobs. Today, the populations are shrinking, down 5% in just 5 years, and everyone in town knows the clock is ticking. One listing in a town like this shows a well-maintained 1.5-story home on a corner lot, with a landscaped, fenced yard catching sunlight from 3 sides. Updated windows throughout, a heated enclosed porch, and a heated double-detached garage out back. Inside, wood cabinetry in the kitchen, 4 bedrooms across 2 floors, and a dining room still set with dishes on the shelves above it. All appliances and most furnishings included. Someone is packing up their life and handing you the keys to nearly everything in it. Under $100,000. Annual property taxes under $1,500. A health center in town, a sportsplex with an ice rink, and the United States border less than 20 kilometers away. The reality check. The nearest full-service hospital is 90 kilometers away. When the coal plant closes, and based on everything currently public about Canadian energy policy, that is a when, not an if, the tax base collapses, services follow, and property values follow services. Who this is for? A retiree who does not need a job. A remote worker who wants a turnkey home at a fraction of what it costs anywhere else in Canada. Who this is not for? Anyone who needs a hospital within an hour. Anyone who needs certainty about a town's future. Anyone who hates wind.